He played a few notes. Lali stumbled behind him on her violin. Stumbled means എന്താ ശരിക്കും തപ്പിത്തടയലാണ്. ഇവിടെ അവൾ കണ്ണാടി കാണാതെ തപ്പിത്തടഞ്ഞല്ല. Why she doesn't know to read violin, so she was trying. That is why it is told here stumbling behind, okay, which looked quite helpless and unhappy in her hands. Why it looked unhappy in her hands? That is why I told from the beginning, this author is very great an author. He is very adamant in describing things, okay. So since the violin was not read in a very beautiful way, the author is telling the violin looked unhappy in her hands, okay. What a difference! The music master's notes seem to float up and settle perfectly. Float up and settle. That is like the music is like that. No, it goes up like that. It goes up and down very beautifully. Invisible tracks of melody. It was like the wheels of a train fitting smoothly to the reins and whistling along. As Ravi said, Mridu started at that huge beringed hand. Mridu stared. Why is she staring? Because he was, even though his face was not so good, or his appearance was not so good, he was doing it very beautifully, okay. It was like the wheels of a train fitting smoothly into the rails of the whistling along. As Ravi said, Mridu stared at the huge beringed. What is beringed? Wearing a ring, nothing else. Beringed hand moving effortlessly up the violin stem, making lovely music. So you understand how, did you understand the beauty of the lesson? How well that author has described Lali's reading and compared it to the terrible Lali's reading and compared to the lovely music of the music master, okay. Squawk! There was Dali's derailing again. See, this quack, creaks and all is the sound of that violin being read terribly by Lali. Amma, came a wail from the gate. Oh, somebody was calling. Amma, oh Amma. Ravi, send the beggar away. Ravi, send the beggar away, cried his mother from the back veranda, where she was chatting with Tapi. Tapi is their aunt who has come, no? So they were both having, grandmother who has come, and this is their daughter. He has been coming here every day for the past week, and it's time he found another house to beg from. That is what this lady is telling. This daughter is telling to her mother. Daughter and mother are having a small talk from the back side, and these children are on the other part of the house. See, and somebody is coming on the front door, and and he is calling for alms. Amma, Valadun Terne, you call like that? No, that person. So this daughter is telling her children that just ask him to go away. Every day he comes for alms. Now let him find some other house. They are telling. Mridu and Meena followed Ravi out. The beggar was already in the garden, making himself quite at home. He had spread his upper cloth under the neem tree and was leaning against its trunk, apparently prepared to take a little snooze while he waited for the alms to appear. Did you understand what happened? This beggar, since every day he comes, he knows these people are good and they will give something. So what was he doing? He has a small cloth on his shoulder. He has taken it and he was doing like this, and he was spreading it near the tree like this. There was a platform built there, and he was spreading it on that, and he was trying to have a small nap. So you understood? I think you have understood. Okay. Little snooze means sleep. A short sleep is called a snooze. While he waited the arms to appear. Go away, said Ravi sternly. My party says it's time you found another house to beg from. What did this boy actually repeated what his mother told. My party says you have to find some other house to get alms. Every day you are coming to this house. Why are you coming every day? 1 or 2 days in a month, okay. But every day you are coming. Don't come like this, my party says. The beggar opened his eyes very wide and gazed at each of the children one by one. So 3 of them, how many? Lali, Mridu and the other one? No, 3 of the children. So each of one he was looking. The ladies of this house, he said at last in a voice choked with feeling, are very kind souls. I have kept my body and soul together on their generosity for a whole week. What a lie! See, I am living still now because of the food given by them. അതിൽ വീഴാത്ത സ്ത്രീകളുണ്ടോ എന്ന് ആലോചിച്ച് നോക്കൂ. അതാണ് ഈ ലൈനിൻ്റെ മീനിങ്. കണ്ടോ, അതാണ് മിസ് പറഞ്ഞ് ഓർഡിനറി നമ്മൾ സംസാര ഭാഷയിൽ ഉപയോഗിക്കുന്ന അതേ ലാംഗ്വേജ് വളരെ ബ്യൂട്ടിഫുള്ളായിട്ട് ഈ ഓത്തർ എഴുതിയിട്ടുണ്ട്. ഓക്കെ, I have kept my body and soul together on their, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ അങ്ങ് പറന്നു പോയേനാണ് ആ പറഞ്ഞതിൻ്റെ അർത്ഥം, ഭക്ഷണം ഇല്ലാതെ. ഓക്കെ, soul together on their generosity for a whole week. I cannot believe that they would turn, and you are telling that they have asked me to go away. He raised his voice, Amma, Amma, oh, sad his wail might be, but it certainly wasn't feeble. These children are very cunning fellow. His voice was sad, but it was not feeble. If he was so tired, what will happen? Even if you call Amma, voice will come Amma like that. No, so his voice tells that he is not so weak. Even though he is tired, he is not so weak. I cannot believe that they would turn me away. Sad his wail may be, but it certainly wasn't feeble. It began in a deep, strong rumble somewhere in his withered belly. Withered means, see, I have a pot belly, no? See, very weak people, what and all will happen? Their belly will be having small withers here and there, and this child was telling his sound was something like it was coming from under the deep. It was so hollow a sound, it is told. Okay, feeble belly, and came booming out of his mouth with its few remaining teeth stained brown with beetle chewing. You understood how it is? See, he was chewing beetle, and beetle in the beetle karella pallana, that is beetle chewing stained with beetle chewing. Ravi, tell him there is nothing left in the kitchen called Rukumani. And he is not to come again. Tell him that. She sounded fed up. And he is not to come again. Tell him that. She sounded fed up. Ravi, tell him there is nothing left in the kitchen called Rukumani. And he is not to come again. Tell him that. She sounded fed up. And the grandmother was telling, oh, that ask that man to go away. Ash, what is this going on blabbering? So Ravi didn't have to repeat it all to the beggar. What his mother said that had been easy for them all to hear. There under the neem tree the beggar sat up and sighed. I'll read once again. Ravi didn't have to repeat it all to the beggar. What his mother said had been easy for them all to hear. There under the neem tree the beggar sat up and sighed. See, this grandmother was telling from inside the house, but it was of such a volume that anybody could hear from outside, and Ravi heard it together with him. Who heard? Beggar also heard, and the beggar was very sad. Oh, she might not have thought that his mother would tell like that. The beggar sat up and sighed. I'll go, he said wearily. Only let me have a rest here under the tree. Okay, no, don't tell like that. I'll go, let me rest here. The sun is so hot, the tar has melted on the road. My feet are already blistered. Blistered means, you'll see it on the picture here. He stretched out his feet to show a large pink peeling blisters on the soles of his bare feet. I suppose he doesn't have the money to buy chappals. Mridu whispered too. See, he was whispering, so I should tell like that. I suppose he doesn't have the money to buy chappals. Mridu whispered to Meena and Ravi. have you got an old pair in the house somewhere? So this Mridu is very light hearted when he saw that blisters, and she was thinking, how will he walk? Oh, do you have a chapel here? If it was in my house, I would have given. Now if you have it here, I don't know, said Ravi. Mine are too small. My chapel very small for his feet, or I did have given them to him. And his feet were larger than Mridu's and Meena. Mridu's and Meena's, their chapel also will be small, so that won't fit him. The beggar was shaking out his upper cloth. So I told him, he told you, he always, see, you have seen beggars like they will put a cloth here, no? That upper cloth he took, and he was lying there on the resting place, no, under the tree. So he took it and he was getting ready to go and tightening his dhoti. You all know all that. Your parents, if they are at home, they'll each time they get up, they'll tighten their dhoti. You have seen that, no? That is it. He raised his eyes and looked fearfully at the road. Oh, what a hot rod, gleaming in the afternoon. So the road you have seen, and mid of the day you have seen, roads will be glittering. Why? Because of the hot, hot sunlight falling on the road, it will be glittering. And see, once you put your legs on that, you will jump up because of the heat. Okay, the same thing is being felt here also. He needs something on his feet. Meena said her big eyes feeling, ayyo pavam, he needs something on his feet. It's not fair. Shh, said Ravi. I am thinking about it, blubbering. Huh? I am thinking about it. Oh, what is this? It's not fair. It's not fair. It's going to, he is thinking, whose chapel will I take? No chapel here, I can't buy from here. What will I do? He was thinking. In 2 minutes, he will be frying his feet on that road. See, with this blisters, if we go on that tar road, what will happen? It will be like chicken put on a griller. It will be like that. No, it will be boiled. Okay. What he needs is a pair of chappals. So where do we get them? Come, let us search the house. He pushed Mridu and Meena into the house. Just as she stepped into the veranda, Mridu's eyes fell on the odd looking chapel. You can see the chapel there. She had noticed when she arrived. Ravi, she whispered to him, whose are those? Ravi turned and glanced at the shabby looking but sturdy old, whose slippers are that? He beamed and nodded. He was happy, beamed happy. Oh, at last he found a chapel, he wanted to give it. These are just the right size, he said, picking them up. Mridu and Meena followed him nervously back into the garden. Why were they nervous? They were nervous because they didn't know whose chapel this was. And this boy, without thinking much, had given, because these other girls might have thought about the grandmothers and mothers scolding, if at all she find it out. Okay. Here, said Ravi to the beggar, dropping the slippers in front of the old man. Wear these and don't come back. The beggar, why? If he comes back, the older ones will see the chapel, and they will get nice scolding from their grandmother, because grandmother has asked them, these children, to ask the man to leave, and these people have given him a pair of chappals. Nice thing. Okay. The beggar stared at the slippers, hurriedly flung his towel over his shoulder, pushed his feet into them, and he knew all that, and left, muttering a blessing to may God bless you, matey. He took the chapel and hurriedly left. Why did he leave in a hurry? Because he knew this chapel was given to him by the children without the knowledge of the elder ones of the house. If at all they see, what will happen? They will get nice firing from their grandmother, because the grandmother was against the idea of giving alms to this poor man every day. Once or twice in a month, okay, but he is coming every day. In a minute, he had vanished around the corner of the street. The music master came out of the house and took an unappreciative look at the three children, three of them, sitting quietly under the tree, playing marbles. Then he searched for his chappals in the veranda, where he had put them. The story begins there. It is now the story begins. Okay. See, the music master after the tuition came out, looked at the 3 children. These old people are always against the idea of children playing or sitting quiet, because they all have the notion that all the children have something tricky in their mind and they will play all the mischief to older ones. That is why the music master did not like the children. Old people, most of them are like that, very old people. They are against small children always. They never think they were also once small children. So they will have the idea that these children are always naughty. അങ്ങനെ ഒരു ഐഡിയ ഉണ്ടാവും അല്ലേ? വല്ല പകുതി വയസ്സന്മാരിലും നമ്മൾ കാണുന്ന ഒരുപാട് വയസ്സുള്ളവർക്കൊക്കെ വിചാരം എന്താ, കുട്ടികളൊക്കെ വികൃതികളാണെന്ന്. അതുകൊണ്ടാണ് ഇയാൾക്ക് ഇഷ്ടമില്ലാതെ അവരെ നോക്കിയത്. ഓക്കെ, അതുകൊണ്ടാണ് അൺഅപ്രീഷിയേറ്റീവ്, അത്ര ഒരു ഇഷ്ടമില്ലാത്ത രീതിയിൽ നോക്കിയത്. അതെ, ഓക്കെ. Playing marbles. Kottangaladalana playing marbles. Okay. Then he searched for his chappals in the veranda where he had put them. Lali, he called. After a few moments, she hurried up to him. Have you seen my chappals? My dear, I remember having I kept my chappals here, dear. Where are my chappals? Very good. Ravi, Mrudu and Meena silently watched Lali and the music master search every corner of the veranda. He scurried around, rushed around, looking over the railing and crouching near the flower pots to look between them. Everywhere, between the flower pots he was looking. Looking over the railing and crouching. Railing means place like this, railing, okay. Under that, below, behind, between the flower pots, everywhere he looked. Brand new they were. You have seen the picture of the chappals, no? Do you think that they are brand new? Brand new they were. I went all the way to Mount Road I brought it from Mount Road, he was telling. He went on saying they cost us a whole month's fees. They are very costly. What did he tell? Very new one, very costly, bought from a great shop. And you have seen the picture of that chapel already, so do you think all that? But she was telling that. Do you know? Soon Lali went in to tell her mother. Went in to tell her mother. Rukumani appeared, looking harassed, with party following her. When Rukumani heard this, that was very bad. Some guest came to the house, his chapel is missing, means we'll feel embarrassed. Where could they be? It's really quite upsetting to think someone might have stolen them. So many vendors come to the door. Oh, so many vendors come here. Some see, vendors means people who sell something. They come here. Did they steal? Rukumani caught the sight of Ravi. Suddenly, this grandmother, old grandmother, no, she suddenly looked at Ravi, Mrudu and Meena sitting under the tree. See, if the children are sitting quiet means, it is at that point I just understand that there is something fishy going on. Your teacher I am, no, so I just know if you are very quiet when I enter into the class, there is something fishy going on. Otherwise, you will be always talking. So if it is something fishy, you will have to hide it from me. So you will be sitting very quiet, decent children. I know you better than anybody else. So the same thing happened. Grandmother caught hold of them. Have you children? She began, and seeing they were curiously quiet, I told, no, went on more slowly. Seen anyone lurking around the veranda? Hey children, did you see somebody loitering here? Lurking around means the waiting quietly without attracting attention, means somebody walking here and there or to take away something. Have you seen anybody like that? Okay. A sharp V-lined had formed between her eyes. Do you understand? See, when I look like this, a V form is there. No, that's it. When do you have a V form? When do elders, teachers have V form? Whenever she is asking who has not done the homework. Why did you do that? Why did you do this? When next time you see your teacher doing that, you can just watch. There is a V formation here. Okay. Okay. A sharp V line had formed between her eyebrows. Another straight, tighter one appeared in place of her usually soft, pleasant mouth. She was like this. See, usually she is very soft. Ayyo, Amma, like that, very soft. Now she is like that, tight-lipped. She is looking like this. Suddenly the children understood her mood is changing. Okay, pleasant mouth. Rukmani was angry. Angry sign. You know what is angry sign? V-shape. ഇതൊന്നും ആരും പറഞ്ഞു തരണ്ട, നമുക്ക് അറിഞ്ഞൂടെ, മുഖം കണ്ടാൽ ദേഷ്യമാണെന്ന്. Angry sign. I thought Mrudu with a Rukumani was angry. Thought Mrudu with a shiver. When she is angry, she is terrible one. She wouldn't be so upset if she knew about the poor beggar with sores on his feet. She tried to tell us. If I had told her there is a poor beggar with lots of blisters on his leg and that is why we took the chapel, she wouldn't be so angry. Now since she don't know all that story, she will be very angry. What will I do? She was thinking. Taking a deep breath, she cried, Rukumani, there was a beggar here. Poor thing, he had such boils on his feet. So, Rukumani grimly turning to Ravi, you gave the music master's chappals to that old beggar who turns up here? Children, this day's grown party. Now, it is party, it is on party all the blame comes because children can do all that. But elders, they feel ashamed because Chappal was gone from her house, not the children's house. Who is the owner? Actually, grown-ups are the owners. That is why they feel ashamed when we people, you people do something wrong, okay, to others. Amma, didn't you tell me about Karna? So, these children are very funny ones. See, Rukmani is very angry and she is angry to the core that she can do anything and everything to the children. Amma, didn't you tell me about Karna who gave away everything he had, even his gold earrings? He was so kind and generous. What a child. This grandmother was in the habit of telling children stories and she has told the children stories from Mahabharata. And Mahabharata, there is a character Karna. Karna is such a character that he was so generous. See, once my father has told me this story. See, once Karna was oiling his body and he was keeping the oil can on his left hand. Okay, so he was oiling his body. At that time, somebody came and asked him, Amma, will you give me something? So he gave it with this hand. See, according to Hindu beliefs, if at all we give something, we have to give it with the right hand. So the other person asked him, why are you giving it with the left hand, not with the right hand? So then Karna said, at the time, if I change from this hand to this hand, my mind changes. I won't be able to give you this oil can which is so favorable to me. That is why I am giving it to you with this hand itself. You understood the story? He was so generous that he did not want anybody to be turned away without being given anything. Okay, so this boy is asking his grandmother, you told me all that story. You have to give whatever you have with you to poor ones, everything you have told me according to the story of Karna. And you are asking me, why did you give the chappal to that old man? Why are you doing like that, grandmother? Silly, stabbed Rukmani. See, that idea did do well. Karna didn't give away other people things. Rukmani is also very clever lady. So she was telling, Karna gave his own earrings. He did not give somebody else's earrings. You gave somebody else's chappals. That is not fair. Okay, he has only given away his own. But my chappal wouldn't have fitted the beggars. I would have given my chappal. I agree. But my chappal is so small and his leg was so big. What should I do? I cannot give him my chappal. Ravi rushed brashly on and, Amma, if they did fit, would you really not have minded? And let me ask, Amma, if I had given my chappal and they did fit that lady, would you not scold me? What a boy, അപ്പോൾ അമ്മ പറയുന്ന കേട്ടാൽ വിചാരിക്കുമല്ലോ എൻ്റെ ചപ്പൽ അയാൾക്ക് പറ്റിയിട്ടുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ അയാൾക്ക് കൊടുത്താൽ എന്നെ അടിക്കൂല എന്നാണോ പറഞ്ഞതിൻ്റെ അർത്ഥം എന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ അമ്മമ്മ പിന്നെ എന്തെങ്കിലും സംസാരിക്കാൻ പറ്റുമോ? ഇന്നത്തെ കുട്ടികൾ ആ പറഞ്ഞു തന്നെയാണ്. വാട്ട് ടുഡേസ് ചിൽഡ്രൻ. ഓക്കെ. രവി said Rukumani, very angry now. Go inside. ആ വാക്ക് മുട്ടിയ അമ്മമാരെപ്പോഴും ചെയ്യുന്ന ഗുപ്പ ഭാഗത്ത് പോയിക്കോ, ഇനി മിണ്ടി അടി കിട്ടും. കാരണം മിണ്ടിയ പറയാനൊന്നും ഇല്ല എന്നുള്ളതാണ് വാസ്തവം. Go inside this minute. She hurried indoors and brought out Gopu Mama's hardly worn new chappals. This master, if he was not given back a pair of chappal, what would happen? You cannot tell, because the master was telling brand new, because of originally they were very old ones. So if at all he was not replaced, what would he tell to other people? So Rukumani did not want that. So she went inside the house, took her sons, that is Gopu Mama is the children uncle and her son. So she took Gopu Mama's chappals, which are very new one, just brought from the shop. New chappals, these should fit you, these are very good for you, you just wear it. So please put these on. I am so sorry, my son has been I'm very sorry for my child's character. So don't be bad with him, don't think ill of him, you just take this chapel. The music master's eyes lit up. Why did his eyes lit up? Because his chappals were very old. He also knew, everybody knew. And the chapel which this grandmother gave was exactly new pair. He put them on, trying not to look happy. See, when he put them on, whenever we feel very happy, our face will be like this. Whenever my husband brings me a new saree, my face will be very happy. But this man was not showing it. Why he was not showing it? If he shows that, see, grandmother will think, oh, I have done a great thing. She should not think like that. She should think she was apt in doing that. അവരാ ചെയ്തത് കൃത്യമായിട്ടുള്ളല്ലാണ്ട് അധികമൊന്നും ആയിട്ടില്ല തോന്നണം, അതിനാണ്. Okay. Well, I suppose this will have to do. These days children have no respect for elders. What to do? A human incarnate, only Rama can save such a naughty fellow. Rukumani's eyes flashed. She didn't seem to like Ravi being called a monkey. Oh, sorry, it's not a human, a Hanuman incarnate. See, this master, oh, terrible one, he is telling this Hanuman's and you know Hanuman who is it, no? രാമനെ ഹൃദയത്തിൽ വെച്ച് പൂജിച്ച ഇതാണ് ഹനുമാൻ അല്ലേ. കുരങ്ങൻ്റെ മുഖവും ശരീരവും ഒക്കെ ഉള്ളതാണ്, പക്ഷേ ശ്രീരാമൻ്റെ ഏറ്റവും അടുത്ത അനുചരനാണ് അല്ലേ. അപ്പം ഹനുമാൻ എന്ന് വിളിച്ചത് അത്രയ്ക്ക് അങ്ങോട്ട് പിടിച്ചില്ല. ഗ്രാൻഡ് മദേഴ്സ് വാട്ട് എവർ ഗ്രാൻഡ് മദർ ടെൽ ഇറ്റ്സ് ഓക്കെ, ബട്ട് വെൻ സംബഡി എൽസ് ടെൽ calling my grandson Hanuman, holy monkey. She stood stiff and straight by the front door. Okay, now just you have got your chapel, just go. She was angry that he was calling his grandson Hanuman. It was clear she wanted him to leave quickly. The master also got that idea. Oh, she is angry with me. When he had clattered off his new chappals, she said, Mrudu, come in and have some tiffin. Honestly, how do you children think of such things? Thank God your Gopu Mama doesn't wear his chappals to work. That is what the grandmother, and the matter is somewhat solved. Her angriness has washed out because of that boy's ways of making it soft. You children, you have to understand this from the story. Whenever your mother becomes angry, you have to find some way out like this so that it will make her soothe and she will calm down. Otherwise, if you get angry too with not with your mother, with your cousins, with your friends, everything, everywhere, this will do good. See, you have to smoothen things up. Otherwise, if you also raise up, the matter will end nowhere and it will end in a fight, a terrible fight. So this boy had made it very soothingly, cleverly he had made up all the matters right, okay. But such a funny character, apt words he was using. And I think as human beings we should study all this from the story. How to behave properly, how to talk in the right manner at the right place, how to make things come in your way. I think this is the lesson you have to learn from this story. Okay, when he as she walked towards the kitchen with Mridu and Meena, see, Gopu Mama never wears, is not in the habit of wearing that chappal. Otherwise, what will happen? Gopu Mama had worn that chappal and went to that working place. Then what will Rukumani do? This music master, terrible fellow, what all curse will he tell? Rukumama Mani was just thinking he would have been out of control. No. So somehow God helped that Mama has not taken his chappal out. As she walked towards the kitchen with Rudu and Meena, she suddenly began to laugh. But he is always in such a hurry to throw off his shoes and socks and get into his chappals as soon as he comes home. What's your mama going to say this evening when I tell him I gave his chappals to the music master? But there is one danger there. See, Rukumani's son, that is these children's father, always wears what? Shoes and socks when he goes for work. But the moment he comes out, he will take off all that, and when he goes out, he wears chappals. What will your mother tell him when he asks where the chappal is? Tell him that your children had given it to your mother has given it to the music master, and he will have to tell the whole story that your sons did like this, so I had to do like that. Nice things are there in the coming future also. But I am sure if this story continues, that boy will have some other way to escape from his father's angriness also. So that is the story, children. Very beautiful story, very well said. And words used are as the words we use in daily language. Daily wordings are used. So I think from here on, and this lesson, taking this lesson has helped you a lot to understand all this. So thank you, children. Until our next class. Bye.